Harding. Welcome to my blog.stampwithelaine.com and welcome to the 4th episode in my Foxy Friends series. I'm harking back to my Antipodean roots for inspiration. Now, a kangaroo wasn't feasible with the Fox Builder punch, but the koala is. Whilst doing this series, I've added a little factoid in some of the episodes. So today's little factoid is all about the koala. A lot of people have the misconception that koalas are a type of bear, and they often call them koala bears. They do have a bear-like appearance, but in fact koalas are marsupials and are closely related to possums. The female has a pouch with a powerful muscle to prevent its newborn joey from falling out. The joey koala is only about 2 centimetres, that's 3/4 of an inch long, and it's blind and furless when it's born. Koalas are also nocturnal. They famously spend most of their lives asleep in trees, like I've got him here. During the day they doze for up to 18 hours a day, and they usually cling on to the forks of trees or the nooks in the trees. Apparently they have really unusually small brains. Poor things. So that's why they have such a sedentary lifestyle, and when they're not asleep they feed on eucalyptus leaves, especially at night. They don't drink very much water and get all the moisture from the eucalyptus leaves. And in Aborigine, the word koala means no water. This is the card we're going to make. You see I've got him perched, or at least sat in the nook of the tree, and I've had to cut this down to make them look more like eucalyptus leaves. Let's gather our supplies. We'll need the Foxy Friends bundle, which is the stamp set and punch. We'll need the Thoughtful Branches bundle. This is an offer exclusively in August, from the 2nd to 31st August, while supplies last. And it's the stamp set and the branches thinlits dies. Your card base is 4 1/8 inches by 11 3/4 inches. That's 10.5 by 30 centimetres. You score along the long side at the top at 5 7/8 or 14.9 centimetres and fold the cardstock in half. 2 pieces of Whisper White for embossing, 3 3/4 inches by 5 1/2. That's 9.5 by 14 centimetres. Also need scraps of mint macaron, Whisper White, basic black and smoky slate. The inks I'm using are Soft Sky, Smoky Slate and Mint Macaron, and a 1/2 inch circle punch, Woodland's Textured Embossing Folder, a B block, and of course you need your Big Shot and the multi-purpose platform and your plate, black marker pen, sponge dauber. Also need a self-healing cutting mat and a craft knife. First we take our Textured Embossing Folder and a piece of Whisper White cardstock. We want to ink up the side that has the Sizzix logo on it. So take your ink pad and run the ink pad across. Then pop the cardstock so that it aligns with the bottom of the trees, and then shut that. Then take your multi-purpose platform. This is the new Big Shot platform, and it's not hinged, and that is the equivalent to the old multi-purpose platform that is hinged to tab 1. So you've got to place one of the base cutting plate, then your embossing folder with the paper sandwiched in between, followed by your top cutting plate, and then you're ready to run that through the Big Shot. So I'm going to do that off camera, and you need 2 pieces of this, so I shall go and repeat it on this piece of cardstock as well. I've embossed 2 pieces, and that's because one of them will be my layer to go on the cardstock, but the other one is actually a spare. This one looks better, so I'll use that for my actual card. And I will cut this one up because I need an extra branch there for the koala to hold on to. So I'll just cut through that branch. We'll set that aside and work on our koala. Take your smoky slate scrap and punch out a body and head. With the scrap Whisper White, you need another body. So you don't need the tail, you don't need any of that, just the body and the head. Then in the Whisper White, you want to cut 2 tufts. A strip that's say 1/4 of an inch wide. That's for his arms. And I'm going to just round it off at the end. I'm going to cut out a little white front to round off his face a little bit. So we'll cut those sharp corners off. For his nose, I'm just going to punch out this bit here. And I'm just going to square it off. So that's his nose, his head, his body, the bit for his front, and the tufts for his ears. So I'm going to sponge these with a sponge dauber in smoky slate. I'm now going to assemble the koala. So a bit of Tombow glue on the front. I'm going to leave his head until last. Pop that there, and then do his nose. Use the marker pen to draw his eyes. Dollop of glue there. Bit of glue on the back, and I want that to wrap round. So I'd say that would be round about a 2-inch strip, or a 2 2¼ inch strip. That's the thumb. Just going to do his paws. So his little thumb there. You cut a little V and then round that off and just snip. It's a bit fiddly, this bit. our self-healing mat in. Just make a little incision here at the branch, up to the crook of the branch. Pop the koala in, a bit of branch, and we want that to go through the slot as well. And then wrap his hand round it, flip it over and secure it with some double-sided tape. Then snip off this branch. Tombow glue on the back of the branch. Glue that down. Dimensional on the back of the koala's head. Pop the head on, and next we're going to do the leaves. I've taken this die from the Beautiful Branches Thinlits dies. You need your magnetic platform and make your cutting sandwich. So magnetic platform, base cutting plate, cardstock followed by the die with the cutting edge face down, top cutting plate, and then you're ready to run it through the big shot. So I've cut 5 of these. I'll need to trim these down because they're the wrong shape for eucalyptus leaves, long and thin. So there they are, all cut. Now we're just going to use the stylus, the thin end of it, to make the veins of the leaves. We'll sponge them all, and bend them a little bit, apply glue to the back and attach them to this branch here. Put a dimensional on the back of this leaf. A tiny bit of glue on the back of his hands, and then just wrap it round and hold it there for it to bond. Take the For You sentiment from the Thoughtful Branches stamp set and stamp onto Whisper White cardstock. Take the 1.5 inch punch and punch out the sentiment. Sponge daub in Smoky Slate. Wind the silver metallic thread round your hand, the 4 fingers of your hand, and just grab the ends so they're not hanging loose, and pop it under dimensional. Place some more dimensionals. Remove the sticky and just place it randomly across. And attach it to your card front. Take the Tombow glue, apply glue to the back, and attach it to your card front. So there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe or share on Facebook, and my grateful thanks if you do. If you're watching from YouTube, you'll find the list of supplies I use below this video in the Show More section with direct links to my online store. They'll also be listed on my blog.stampwithelaine.com. You'll also find me on Facebook, Pinterest or Instagram. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye!